everyone, Juicebags here, playing a little Orcs Must Die 2. Today I wanted to revisit the tower on endless mode, although I did put down a respectable score on the tower. I have some thoughts for changing that up. One of them actually came from Cheetah. He suggested that I get rid of the steam trap and add the fear trinket, which I did. However, I am sticking with my crossbow. Cheetah recommended the vampire gauntlets also. That's how he got that 10 mil. So we're just going to start off with a pretty basic setup here. Give the orcs time to come on up the stairs. Now, it's very important if you want to make it past wave 26, you don't shoot those logs. Don't shoot them by accident. You need them. You need one in wave 26, and you can really use another one in wave 32. But anyway, loadout today is going to be the crossbow, where headshots restore mana, the wind belt, the jar of ghosts for the fear, scorchers, grinders that with bleed, push traps with stun, acid sprayers with slow, barricades that take reduced damage, the spring trap, and the web spinner. Yeah, starting off with some 7s. Screwed up my trap timing there. Nothing I can't live with. See if we can get a trap timing. If you have the mana to do it, going with every other push trap push ensures that your grinders or everything are all set up and ready to go. See, now our grinder is jammed, yet I don't have the mana, so we will just pick this guy up and wait for it all to reset. I know it's just one orc, but one orc that could potentially be a 7 or 8x is very valuable, even in wave 1. Let's get him webbed up. And there we go, free 7x. Now let's go ahead and get some fire in the mix. The next thing I'm going to do is put down the acid sprayer. I actually probably should have put that down before the scorcher, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump forward a little bit. You guys get where I'm started here. Acid sprayer is going to go next, right there. Alright, so we're back just after the second go break. You see what we've got built out to here now. Got spinners everywhere. Still got the push. I did put a little filtering area in here. Now I want to move all of these potions back to a nice usable point, and I've kind of chosen right here. So if I need mana or healing, I know I can run to right there. Now we want to convert this box just a little bit now. Now, one of the ways, or the way Cheetah did it, what he recommended to me was I put a barricade right here. Now, the thing I don't like about that is it seems like orcs are getting caught on the lip of the barricade and not being launched through. So I'm going to turn that spring trap around facing back, and in turn move that acid sprayer right there. And then I've got room for 2 grinders up top. Now anything that slides through past the acid sprayer and the first spring trap is going to hit that spring trap and go up. And you know what, just for giggles, I can put one right there facing forward. And this is pretty much the state of our Killbox, as it will be for a while now. Get rid of these little irritating sappers. I think we've got some, yeah, there they come. Some kobold sappers in the mix there too. Alright, head back up here. Well, I could have waited another moment. Once again, don't shoot the rolling log by accident. The rolling log is your friend. And there's a couple of 12s. Well, there was a 12 without the fear. That would have been a nice 13 if I would have had my fear trinket up. And let's see, I think from here we're just gonna call it good for the moment. Get a couple more levels knocked out, or a couple more waves. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump forward one more time. Right, so we're back at wave 13. Just at that go break. Now wave 13 always tends to be a bit of a pain, so I figured I would get it recorded. I've yet to do this where I haven't lost at least 3 rift points from me having a death in wave 13. Now remember, wave 13 is not the time to use your logs. So let's take a look at what we got here. Start up top. So I expanded this filter out to 3 grinders wide. Now I want to set the barricades so that there's a little more grinder coverage. So I've got 3 in a little T shape there. 5 web spinners with the push. Scorcher. And obvious. Now at wave 10 I had the extra coin. Now instead of putting another filter in, I put in this little last resort box. 4 grinders. That has already saved me. So wave 10 you get pushed back a little bit. So it's an ideal time to do it. Now, coming down to the bottom here, I got a dummy barricade and a grinder there. I'm hoping that takes care of the sappers out of the lower side. I'm not sure if it will, but I'm hoping. And then see, I'm going to do the same thing there. And this one I'm going to put up half a square. I think that will still suck the sappers up into it. Yet I won't have to worry about the little guys running through it. So that's where we're at, wave 13. Start off with a little null slam. Pretty sure 13's a big null wave. Yeah, here he comes, and it's the Grenadiers, my favorite.
Time to die.
Now the Grenadiers will throw shit at you up here. So I'm going to go on and run up top to deal with that guy and the more that are coming. Yeah, I like to get the Grenadiers dealt with first. Trying to salvage all of my my combos there. Gonna need some mana. And let me just blow that one off the side there, make it a little easier for me. Now I'm going to blow back one more push, And now I'm going to try to get a fear going up in there too. And there was that 13 I was looking for. And this is my last guy, so let's just go ahead and make sure all those traps are reset. Looks about good now. And get the free 10x. So there's wave 13. It's the first time I've successfully done it without having something disastrous happen. So I'm going to go ahead and put another grinder right here for any thing that makes it through the traps. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump forward a few waves. Alright, so we're back at wave 16. The go break there at wave 16. You see I lost a barricade there because my little setup down here did not work. So I think instead, why don't we try this? Try something along those lines. Not quite enough coin for another, so I'm going to go back up top. Now I added some scorchers to my, bring that potion over. Added some scorchers to my little last resort. Let's see, move the potion area back to there. So let me go ahead and get rid of, I'll get rid of one of those scorchers. And let's see if this will help at all. Now, of course, I'm worried that the ones out of this one are going to run to that barricade. Hopefully not. See if I can move this back as far as I can, or a couple more coins down there too. Or you know what? Let me just put it right down here. Right there, with the grinder here. I don't think we'll actually lose any kills off of that either. I'll lose some, but not much, because that barricade being there is naturally going to force the mobs over this way. Oh, you know what? Let me just put it up and not risk it. Alright, so wave 16 incoming. Another potion. I'm gonna, as valuable as these things are, with no heals and no vampire gauntlets in this map, I'm gonna go ahead and drag that potion all the way up. And just stack them all right here. Alright, we're good to go. Now it's probably going to be getting close to time to put in a second Scorcher. After this wave, I'm going to take this Scorcher and move it forward half a square, and then put a second one there. Let's see, what do we have incoming this wave? Oh, it's the crossbow guys. Great. We got a shitload of incoming crossbow guys. Eyes are going to get shot at. Now I think from here, if those work for the sappers, I'm going to build out behind here, because it seemed like I did get pushed back quite a bit. Wow, definitely going to need some heals here with all these goddamn crossbow guys shooting at me. jump off the edge, trying to wind belt there. Hopefully that wasn't too disastrous. Wow, I wasted my fear trinket, I see. And there's my first death. But I got some 11X's in the mix there, with me not attending. Alright, so let me go ahead and move this forward half a square, put in another. And this is another big null wave, so let me show you guys my null strategy, excuse me. Mainly works with the hunters. Now you lose the coin doing it this way, but one crossbow stun. Nope, that did not work on the sappers, so I'm going to have to get that changed. And that didn't work either that time. I blew him in the wrong direction, so I'm just going to come back down here to my last resort box. This wave is not a great wave for combos because the sappers are so intensive. Or not the sappers, the nulls, excuse me. But I'm still going to farm up whatever I can here. Keep those guys back, and let's get this troll dealt with here. And we're down to just a few more, so let's see who's got the highest health. I think this heavy orc warrior does, even though that light orc was getting really low. Alright, and there we go. Let me go ahead and jump on forward. Alright, so we're back at our very last go break. You see I got this little last resort box built out a little further. Got some scorchers in the mix. Now my sapper control is not working. So, got a couple of barricades to replace here. Gonna clean it all up a little bit here. For some reason they're running right past this one. So I'm just gonna use dummy barricades down here. See, we'll put one right there, one right there. And then we'll go like that. 5 dummy barricades is pretty decent. Now, I would love to be able to get another filter set up here, but I just don't have the coin for it. Put the one there at least. And that also gives me 2 more dummy barricades, because I don't want them getting into this again, which they just did. Now, wave 26 is the big one I've been talking about. You get to use the log. Now, we got to get through wave 25 first, obviously. See, we got some nulls coming. Is it the grenadiers? I'm not seeing them anyway. Let me just go ahead and run back up top. Get ready for the nulls now. I've changed a little bit in this one. Before, I've always just stun-locked the nulls there and blew them off the side, but I'm losing the coin. So I've been just running them back into these grinders. That way I still get the coin. Now this time, just 2. Shouldn't be that big of an issue. Poorly timed fear. Seems I have more poorly timed fears than I do good, well-timed fears. And let me just go ahead and come back in here and farm up these trolls. Looks like I may lose something here. Hope not. Well, maybe not. Little money bags. Okay, now I'm going to take the coin I get off of this. And then just run right back down because it is log rolling time. Now you're going to have mad fire ogres here. See, we got 2 on that side and 2 on this side. So let's get rid of 2 of them at least, and then I will kill the other 2 up top. The goblin sappers, there's not really shit you can do about them, so I'm just going to run back in here. This is a brutal wave, so in fact, if you complete this wave, then you're almost guaranteed you're going to make it to 30. Another fire ogre coming. Now I'm saving, you can use both of those logs and get rid of almost all the fire ogres. Get rid of all but 2, essentially. However, I'm anticipating I'm going to make it to wave 32, which wave 32 is a little brutal also. So I am going to use that second log on wave 32. There we go, piece of cake. Log for the win. Let me go ahead and add one more Scorcher in here because we're having a little bit of a underkill problem. I've got plenty of coin left, so let's just go ahead and get our last resort area completely squared away. Move this potion back so I know where it is. And let's see if I can get a little better timed fear now that I got the 3rd Scorcher up. Not yet. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. And I'm just going to run back and get healed up because I don't want to give up the rift points quite yet. Lose out on a few combos. But I'll get healed up, I'll have almost a full mana bar, and I can see if I can't get one more good push here. Yeah, there's some nice 11s. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and jump forward one more time. Alright, so we're back right at the end of wave 30. Now, The farthest I've ever made it was to wave 32, and then I died. So I'm going to go ahead and I got 24 rift points left. I did have a couple of guys get through on me in wave 29, I believe it was. Got, you see, expanded out the Killbox even further. I'm getting quite a bit of underkill, so the combos are not quite as abundant. Now the Grenadiers are such a pain in the ass, I just get rid of them. I don't fuck with them. Let me run back here and get just a little half a heal. Why the hell is that push trap not going? There we go. And you get waves with a lot of big guys. You get waves with a lot of the little guys for the combos. So you just kind of have to eat through the big guys and hope that you got some little guys left. Those mountain trolls are just way too much health. Alright, now let me run back here and get just a little bit of health, getting ready for wave 32. In wave 32 we're going to use the other log.
Here we go.
Alright, so there should be a ridiculous number of mountain trolls coming up. Now I want to stun these mountain trolls here on the stairs somewhere. That way I can log them down. Alright, see there's a couple. That's good enough. Let's see if we get the elementals at the bottom too. That's awesome. So working as intended there on the old logs. Now I want to try to get a fear. And I died, but I did get the fear and the wind belt off. So, yeah, see, there's a 10 and 11x. Still getting them. The things are a little bit more durable. And then now I'm just going to head back here and go on stun shot and duty. And try to get these... Try to get these guys beat down here, which, as you see, I had really practically no problem. Now that was an awesome, awesome log roll there too. The log took out. Usually this, well, the only time I've made it this far, I shouldn't say usually. The only time I've made it this far, I got just overrun so hardcore by those mountain trolls and elementals. And then when looking through the leaderboards, you see that a whole lot of people have to wave 35, or to wave 25, and a whole lot of people have to wave 31. So that tells me that wave 26 and wave 32 are both very difficult. And looks like we're getting through that no problem. Still got 21 rift points left. Hoping to beat my buddy Zacopus's high score. I have had some 13X's. Bunch of 11s and 12s. So yeah, wave 32, no problem. Of course, this mountain troll's at full, so that's going to take a half an hour. Alright, I will spare you guys the headshot stun mountain troll, and I'm going to go ahead and skip forward until it's the end. Now I don't have any backup logs, so when I get another big wave of big guys, I'm pretty well screwed. So, jumping forward to the end. Alright, so I'm here. Actually, I've made it to wave 40, which I did not anticipate. I'm still getting 12s and 13s. I got a couple this last wave, so it's all about timing that fear trinket right.
They'll go where I want them to.
See, we got some nulls coming. I've got no health. Let me get some health here while the nulls run through. And there comes our first one. Right off the side. Good work there, Mr. Null. Alright, so this has got, these are heavy orcs, of course, so they got a little bit more, ass behind them. But we got a possible combo opportunity here. Let's see what we can get. Well, I saw an 11 in there. Everything's just getting a little too tough. I had one moment, I think it was like 35, wave 35, where there was just a ridiculous amount of trolls, but this long grinder scorcher box at the end here is getting it done. Now, of course, I have to stun him up right in the middle of it, but switch to the big swamp troll here, get him. The swamp trolls are a little difficult. They're a lot easier when they're facing you. And ideal time for a fear. Do not stun them. Let them run all the way back up through those traps. Well, I'm going to get the one down for sure. Focus on Moneybag since he's such an easy headshot. Big old dumb head of his. And alright, let me, I wanted to show the 5 skull wave, but let me go ahead and jump forward again. I'm doing substantially better than I anticipated. Alright, I didn't have to jump forward too far at all. This is just a whole can of whoop ass coming at me right here. So I'm saying thinking this is definitely going to be the end. I just don't see there's any way of me surviving this. It's just too much, too fast. In fact, I'm going to call it good there. And run around a little. Let you guys get a quick look at what my final setup was. I guess you already saw it. So there we go, 5 skulls, wave 40. Let's see what kind of a score I was able to lay down. 16 million. I'm not positive, but I think that may take number 1. Now you see our biggest combo there was a 13x. And there we go, back up on top, 16,268,000. So that is the refined version of the tower on endless mode. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel. There'll be a lot more coming. and click that like button for me. Thanks again.